Alright people, so welcome back to another series or to another video in our Mitre ATT&CK series here, and today we are going to take a look at scheduled transfer T1029. So let's switch back to our editing view, and so today we have Sunday the 7th December. It is nice and early, 7 o'clock in the morning, and for me that's usually a good time, to sit down and to read a little bit on the things that you don't have time on a regular day. But yeah, so let's take a look. Scheduled transfer, it's a quick little topic on the Mitre ATT&CK website, and as usual, let's take a look what it is. Why is it important? Those are the techniques that you tend to forget them because they appear so small, and people will say, yes, of course, this is something, but yeah, it's always important to remember the basics sometimes. So let's take a look what we have here. So there are no sub-techniques. The tactic is exfiltration, so we are fairly late in the kill chain. Platforms, well, Linux, Windows, Mac OS, yes, so the typical systems that you will expect on servers, but also on endpoints, mostly on servers. Yes, so this is a pretty old technique from 2017, has been around and freshly modified. Nice. Let's try to read what we have here. So, schedule transfer. Adversaries may schedule data exfiltration. And this is what we talk about here, right? So schedule transfer can be malicious. It can be non-malicious. You can have schedule transfer operations in a good way. But here we talk about exfiltration of data to be performed only at certain times of day or at certain intervals. Interesting. So those are again certain times of day and certain intervals. So the scheduled aspect behind that is, again, it's an automated script that does that. Interesting. And by scheduling it at certain times, it doesn't look like an anomaly anymore. And that's interesting. So it might be administrators do that, these scheduled tasks. So, and if something repeats every week, you might think it is it's a good script, but it's not necessarily. And what else do we have? This could be done to blend traffic patterns with normal. Yeah. So sometimes I just should read the next sentence because it says exactly what I just said. So blend with normal activity. Exactly. When scheduled exfiltration is used, other exfiltration techniques likely apply as well to transfer the information out of the network, such as exfiltration over C2 channel or exfiltration over alternative protocol. And these are other Mitre techniques here that we can take a look at a later video if we want. So this is then a quick exfiltration Sunday maybe. Let's see. So today I will be recording pretty much the entire video series for the week if I find enough motivation to do so. So we managed to upload videos every day of the week so far, and in addition to that, some unpopular opinions. So I think we can continue like that. As long as it's fun, we can continue like that. Yeah, so while I'm talking here, let me copy the next bit of information. It's this one. So that's already it. The description, fairly short. Now let's take a look at some of the procedure examples. And also, let me switch into the reading mode that you guys can see better. I sometimes, whenever I look at the OBS interface, I see it, of course, but yeah, so here, let's see if we can find some some common names. So Cobalt Strike is a common name for sure. We know these guys. Well, we don't know them personally, but we read about Cobalt Strike a lot, and I'm not sure if we have seen them already in one of the videos, but here they say can set its beacon payload to reach out to the C2 server on an arbitrary and random interval. And that's what you do if you are a professional hacker. So it's you have an interval, but you implement a little bit of a randomness in there. So you tell it not to do it on Monday at 3 p.m. every week. No, you say do a little bit of a random, let's say by 12 hours. So it will be sometimes on a Tuesday then, or it might be on a Monday if it's a 12-hour interval. You might even implement a range of several days, okay? And as a result of that, you can create an algorithm in a script fairly easy to do that. So that's absolutely possible. And let's educate ourselves on Cobalt Strike. So I open up now the description of the hacker group on another screen. Also, what I do is, that's also a good thing about Mitre, you can squeeze the information a little bit. Cobalt Strike, there we go. Let's see if we can squeeze it in here. Um, like this, maybe. Let's see, is there. Like this. Yeah, I think that's good enough. So if I can see it, you can see it as a common rule, but let's read who Cobalt Strike is. So these guys are, one moment, let's put this like this and like this. So is a commercial full-featured remote access tool. Oh, it's a tool. So Cobalt Strike is in this case it's a tool, not a hacker group. And I think this is a difference between the S here and the G. Because I believe the G, let's click on Hikazana here now just to comparison. Yes, now we know what the difference is between S and G. So S is more like a tool and a G is like a group. Yeah, G stands for group, but what does S stand for? Let's see. S for what my software. Yes, it's under. Look at this. Yes, so Mitre is really logical if you think about it. So we learned now this question we had some time ago. Look, so just by looking at the hierarchy here, where is it located in the Mitre chain? So this right here, Cobalt Strike is software, it's not a hacker group. Okay. Let's read it. Is commercial full-featured remote access tool that bills itself as adversary simulation software designed to execute targeted attacks and emulate the post-exploitation actions of advanced threat actors. Cobalt Strike's interactive post-exploit capabilities cover the full range of attack techniques. Okay, so it's the entire kill chain, all executed with a single integrated system. Interesting. In addition to its own capabilities, Cobalt Strike leverages the capabilities of other well-known tools, such as Metasploit, yes, and Mimikatz. So I used to play around with Metasploit back in the day. I've never been a good hacker though, so I learned that stuff a little bit and then I moved on to cyber defense, but still interesting. Alright, let's switch to the next page then. There we go. Let's remove some of that stuff. We don't need it. There we go. There we go. And now we need to look at mitigation and also at detection strategy. And I will copy them in one go because it perfectly fits on one page like this. Perfect. And the third page we will have for references then. Alright then, so let's take a look at mitigation. So how to detect the scheduled stuff. And here, network intrusion prevention. So you need to monitor your network. Network intrusion detection prevention systems that use network signatures to identify traffic for specific adversary command and control infrastructure and malware can be used to mitigate that. Signatures are often for unique indicators within protocols and may be based on the specific obfuscation technique used by a particular adversary or tool and will likely be different across variant malware. Yeah, so signatures don't work, you guys, not really. Adversaries will likely change tool command and control signatures over time or construct protocols in such a way to avoid detection by common defensive tools. Yeah, so I don't mark anything down here, so just keep in mind that what we might want to do is network intrusion detection prevention systems. So let's find some of those. So let's see, network intrusion and prevention systems. Let's Google some of them, um, how it works, key benefits. So we see here examples I want. All right, so it looks like we found now some of those, and let's paste them here on the next page, so that we just have a little bit of idea. So we put this like this, and so these are the systems that a quick Google overview shows you. And top 10, let's look at this. Here's a website that shows you the top 10 systems. Yes, perfect. So we should make this a little bit smaller like this. And then I would like to simply copy that like this. So here we have a little bit. There we go. And so Palo Alto Networks is the last one here. And then you have more. It goes on with Sagan. And we will also have a tool discovery series here at some point. So meaning that we will simply go out there and try to find some tools that are interesting. Also, I will give you the link in a moment. So the link to this is this one. I'm not familiar with these systems so much, but yeah, so this is just to have an idea. Snort, I heard. Checkpoint, Palo Alto, yes. Trellix IPS is very well known. Trend Micro is well known. I have never heard of Suricata. SolarWinds had a security incident some years ago. A security onion, never heard of, even though this word onion is well known. Zeek, Hillstone. So I would say Snort and Trellix. Trend Micro, Checkpoint, Palo Alto. Okay. Cisco, they are network players. But okay, now we know what to look out for if we need a system like this. And now let's take a look, detection strategy for that. So detection is for scheduled transfer and recurrent exfiltration patterns. That's a good general terminology for that, I think. So let's mark that recurrent exfiltration patterns. It's not just exfiltration. You want to look for any sort of recurrent patterns, I think. But okay. Recurring network exfiltration initiated by scheduled or script-based processes exhibiting time-based regularity and consistent external destinations. Yes, external destinations is the buzzword here for sure, because to exfiltrate you need some target outside of your network. Then detection of cron-based. So this word cron, that's Linux. Okay, cron task it's called. It's simply in Windows you call it scheduled task. Cron-based or script-based recurring transfers where the same script, user, or destination reappears at predictable intervals. Same idea. And then launch agent or launch D. That I don't know. Is it the Apple terminology? Let me know in the comments. Initiating data transfer to consistent external IPs or domains with repeat timing signatures. Yeah, so this stuff here, launch agent, no clue. It's just another name for the same thing, right? It looks like that. All right, but we got the detection strategy covered now. So the last thing we need now is, so here we need to go back to this. There we go. And then let's take a look at the references. And also let's keep this video short because this is a really just, I don't want a lot of your time here. We picked a nice short topic. We are 15 minutes in, and I think that's a good length for the video. Let's see who's writing about that. So EZ is one of source I don't know. Let's try to find somebody we know. Windows, of course. Threat hunting team. Oh, this we need to mark down. Windows Defender Advanced Threat Hunting Team. We need to find these people and see what they have to say. It's a little old, yes, but it's okay. Who else do we have here? EZ again. Let's figure out at some point who these EZ people are. I mean, what is it? European security? Not, no, I don't know. G Read, Clear Sky. So these are the stalker people. Clear Sky is for sure motivated by the Stalker franchise, but that's okay. Computer gamers. I used to be a computer gamer too, right? And Cisco Talos, I heard about these guys. Alright, so we know that there's a little bit going on here. There's some famous people writing. So here these guys write new Iranian espionage campaign. Okay, these guys write about observing the comings and goings. Yeah, that's a nice title. It's a part 2. Is there part 1 too? No. Interesting. Why do they go? Yeah, probably because the part 2 goes into the detection techniques. And then these guys, Platinum, targeted attacks in South and Southeast Asia. Okay. Yeah, pretty nice. So let's come to an end then. It's a quick topic. So let's go to the editing view. So in this schedule transfer, we looked at the general overview. What does it mean? What is behind that? What procedures do we find? We know it's exfiltration. It's fairly at the end. We then looked at mitigation and detection strategy. So if you have a SOC or if you are like a officer, security officer, and you need to make a recommendation to improve security posture, well, network intrusion and prevention systems. We looked at examples for such systems to just recognize some names or to know what to look out for. And we know now some of the reference sources that we might take a look at as well. I think that's a good, not quite 20 minutes overview of the video. I hope you enjoyed that. Also, let me know in the comments what further sources that we marked in yellow here that you would like me to elaborate on. So might start reading some papers, might take a look at the tools. So as usual, there are endless possibilities. Yeah, so then I want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for spending some time with me on cybersecurity on this nice Sunday. And yeah, see you in the next video then. Goodbye.